Well, at Regional Court here in Bloemfontein this morning, we just experienced a brief appearance of Mosebenzi Zwane and others. We must remember that this dates back in whereby Mosebenzi Zwane was the MEC for Agriculture here with this multi-million rands, where the would-be beneficiaries never, of course, benefited from the Estina Dairy Farm saga. We just saw that there were additions of some members, of course, in this, and also the companies. But with what really transpired in court, I just want to bring upon the NPA's investigative directorate spokesperson. Thank you so much, Cindy, for your time. Just take us through. We just saw that there's additions of companies as well as pupils. Take us through that.
So there's been an additional 8 companies that have been added, as well as persons that have appeared. Some of the people that have been added are former government officials here in Bloemfontein. This is Peter Tabete, who's accused number 1, Asipati Dlamini, Tankisi Masiteng, as well as a former owner of now liquidated Estina, Kamal Basram, that have since appeared today.
You just mentioned that there's additions of, Peter Tabete. We're knowing that others are being featured on the Mdlalane case, and this matter now will be transferred to the High Court. What is likely to be expected then?
So the matter has been transferred to the High Court in Bloemfontein. We've also provided disclosure. The matter will then appear on the 25th of January 2023, where all the accused will appear again together. We must also state that some of the people that have actually appeared today were brought here on warning, hence there wasn't any bail proceedings that took place or bail applications that took place. The matter will then appear in January, and likely, like you've cited, this matter as well as Mdlalane matter is quite similar, because you would know that the 24.9 million Mdlalane matter was a precursor to the Estina Dairy matter, as we've said many a times, so they are interlinked.
And we saw this matter of Estina Dairy Farm project provisional thrown or struck off the roll rather, and what is it that you have to this time around? You're saying that it will proceed until, of course, justice is served.
For starters, it wasn't struck off the roll. We as the NPA decided to provisionally withdraw it because there's evidence that we needed at that particular time, and quite frankly, it was a great strategy for the NPA, and it's something that the NPA can always utilize if that is in question. However, currently, as the NPA investigating directorate, we are happy with what we've been able to gather, and we are moving full steam ahead.
And given that this matter is more, it has a relationship with the Mdlalane case, how far are we with the Gupta Associate and also Gupta brothers, that we knew that you've been, of course, trying by all means to get hold of them?
So for starters, you'd know that extradition matters are between our country and another jurisdiction. So putting it that way, you'd know. I like to make the analogy of South Africa, a man's household and another man's household. You go there requesting to have people to come back to account, but you do not barge in and take those people by force. So that's what the state is currently doing. There's lobbying taking place, as requests that are taking place, but we'd like to leave it there currently, but the request has been made.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Cindy Sebuka, NPA's investigative directorate, of course, saying that this matter is somehow intertwined with the Mdlalane case that is expected to sit in the High Court in Bloemfontein tomorrow. However, she also mentioned that there's more additions to this matter that includes, of course, the former HOD of Free State Agriculture, Peter Tabete, and also Masiteng. Others involve the Gupta Associate, Ronika Rakavan, saying that, of course, they have a legal standing. That is why now this matter is being transferred to the High Court, and also mentioning that come January next year, they will have all what it takes to make sure that this, or rather the money that has been, of course, transferred or being used illegally will, of course, there will be justice served for that. Because I also want to indicate that the Mdlalane, tomorrow we're expecting the Mdlalane case, whereby we're going to be seeing the similar phrases at the High Court in Bloemfontein, where we know that it is money that was meant to do the project. However, there was fraud and corruption that happened there. That is why now Cindy Sebuka is saying that this matter was rather provisionally withdrawn because they wanted to do more investigation. However, they're coming back now to say that they have a legal standing to both the matters, which is the Estina Dairy Farm project as well as the Mdlalane case, where we know that the stand accused of fraud, corruption and money laundering.
Certainly sounds like it's a busy week for the courts there in the Free State. So tomorrow we'll be sure to bring you the unfoldings there in the courts in the Free State on the Mdlalane matter. That there, our reporter Aphumelele Mdlalane is speaking to us from Bloemfontein.